I'm tackling some garden chores today, starting with fertilizing. I usually only fertilize anything that is planted in a container or a raised garden bed. Anything that's planted in ground, I fertilize in the spring, and I usually don't get back around to fertilize it by the end of the season. I do try to get my elephant ears that are planted in ground a little bit of food using a granular in the spring, and then I come back through with either a liquid feed or another dose of the granular feed. Remember these 2 containers we planted up earlier this season? They look amazing. I need to do a quick little tour of them in another video. I had a sprayer that would have made this job so much easier, but it broke down on me this year, so I need to grab another one from Walmart. It was $5 for a 1-gallon sprayer, which is very conveniently priced. This next job, we're going to be harvesting some basil. The basil is in desperate need for a pinching, so I'm going to go to all of my basil plants, pinch them, and then we are going to also pinch another plant that is getting big and bushy. I'm growing several different varieties of basil this year. One of them is Piccolino basil, Genovese basil, or sweet basil, some people call it, mammoth basil, and there might be a Thai basil thrown in there somewhere. One basil that I did not grow this year and I wish I had because I love it is spicy globe basil. And if I did, I can't remember if I grew it or not. I might have and just lost track of it, or maybe my seedlings didn't take off and then I kind of just forgot about them. But I love the spicy globe basil and wish I had it in my garden right now. Remember in the last video where I was pinching my potato plants? Well, I'm pinching them again. They took off in growth after that, and now they're shading out other plants again. I hope doing all this pinching does push energy back into tuber production, but we will see. I'm not sure. This is my first time doing it this year, so we're all gonna learn together. Now I'm gonna tackle the sage bush that I planted last year. It has turned into a ginormous bush, so it's time to cut it back. I promised myself that I would continuously harvest and dry my herbs. I feel like at the end of each season, anything that I don't utilize to me feels kind of like a waste, you know? Even if I gave it to the chickens, I still feel like we could have used that. I should have harvested and dried that, or made more use out of my harvest. So I have promised myself that I'm just, even though it can be tedious and it can take forever, we are harvesting and drying weekly from our plants. I have a few orchids on my windowsill here, and I am trying to build up my orchid collection. I want to learn how to grow them better, and then I want to get them to the point of blooming. I have one that I've had for several years, and it has not bloomed for me, and I'm not quite sure why. So I want to do all I can to learn more about caring for orchids, and then I also want to have this windowsill just be full of orchids only, and just to have those blooms there to me would be so beautiful. If you have any orchid care tips, please drop them in the comment section. I would love to hear them. I am in desperate need of orchid help. On this batch of dehydrating, I am overfilling these trays. I do not want to have to do 2 rounds of these herbs, so typically I don't try to overlap too much with my trays, but this time I'm filling them up because I don't want to have to come back and do a second round right after this. This might seem really corny, but I love collecting wood bowls, and I have a bowl here that is shaped like a pepper. So of course I'm going to put all the peppers that I harvested in a couple of videos ago into the pepper bowl because it's just cute and it just makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything that you saw and want to know more. And I'll see you guys in the next video.